Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chairman Cllr J Akhtar Sahab, Qari Brar Sahab, Qari Dawood Sahab, Jodi Jumble, friends, colleagues, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, can I correct him? I am the acting leader. I am not the leader. But anyway, inshallah. 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 If Allah wills it. If Allah wills it. First of all, thank you so much, the Jumble. I'm humbled and very pleased that you've actually organised this event here tonight. Thank you so much. I will apologise again because I never make any public speeches in Urdu. First of all, I don't speak Urdu anyway. But even Mirpuri, I don't. My predecessor, ex-councillor, Lord ex-councillor Nazir Ahmed, when he left me in charge, he said, "Look, your Urdu is non-existent, and you should never, ever speak in Punjabi in an open debate." So obviously, it's not for me not to listen to Lord Ahmed, such a prominent national and international politician. So please, it's not. I'm not showing any kind of nakhra or anything, but my Mirpuri is very weak and Urdu is non-existent. So apologies first of all. Number of wonderful things said about me by Shah Sahab, Shafia Sahab, Zeshan, and certainly Tajumbal and Qadi Brar Sahab as well. If I think back about 20 years ago, never mind longer than that, 20 years ago, when I used to have a number of businesses. I used to have taxis, restaurants, shops, because I used to follow Lord Nazir because he used to be in the business and we were friends quite well. I could never have imagined of being a councillor, never mind becoming a deputy leader. In fact, my elder brother here and my colleague, he reminds me he said, "Look, I never thought," he said, "I'm so proud of you. But I never thought you had this much talent." This is honest. I never knew that I'd be this lucky. He calls it talent, I call it luck. And I call it dua of good people. I mean, many of you, all of you here, you're all my friends. I mean, I've got my friends who used to work with me on taxis and my own relatives here as well. But none of you actually are in my ward. This is my ward actually, where this restaurant is. But because this is a twofold thing today. One, to celebrate the acting leadership. This is not the first time actually I've been acting leader, because the leader does a lot of work in Europe, bless him. And so, every time he goes out to the country, it's under our constitution that the deputy leader is the acting leader in his absence, as soon as he leaves our shores. So this is about the 5th time I've been in charge. I'm still thinking about a revolution, but to be honest, there's nothing I can do this week that I could not do last week as deputy leader, because traditionally the deputy leader's role was you had human resources, legal and democratic, and deputising for the leader. But since I took over, I've been given the resources portfolio, so I'm in charge of the whole of the council's budgets, the whole of the procurement, the council tax. I'm afraid it's me who sends you the reminders when you don't pay. But no, let me tell you, Rotherham is probably going to be the highest performance of collecting council tax. In fact, this year's figures, I've just had an email this morning that we could end up with about 97.6 collection rate, which is fantastic. The benefits of that is because the more money we collect, the more money we can actually spend on the services for our people here in Rotherham. Absolutely, Qadi Brar Sahab said, this is about remembering where you are from and who you are. I am one of you, you are one of me, and I always remember every morning. I put it down to may Allah have Jannat for my mum and my dad, but I think it's my mum's duas and the duas of friends. Really, I tell you, it's nothing to do with ability. Qasam say, look, I came into Rotherham here as a 10-year-old, not speaking a word of English, and now, alhamdulillah, and as the Jumla said, he's seen us in Labour Group, but mashallah, the English people here come to me for advice. The English councillors come to me for advice. When they have problems, the councillors have problems, they come to the deputy leader, because the deputy leader sorts out the councillors' problems. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. This was a time, 25, 30 years ago, when we used to walk past the town hall. The attendant used to think, well, you know, yes, the benefits office is on mortgage, you don't need to come in here. Because they knew we did not belong there. But Alhamdulillah, the town hall is ours now. Alhamdulillah, it's yours now. And that is just, you know, thankful to Allah and the great and hard work done by elders, by Lord Ahmed al-Ishbi, and then Councillor Shaukat Ali, because, you know, after Lord Saab, and then Shaukat Ali was the trendsetter who actually paved the way for us. And regularly I still seek advice from my elder brother. There are, I mean, to list the achievements that we have actually made in Rotherham, I don't want to list many, but a couple of things that I think that are very notable. One was the most notable thing for the Pakistani community. Forget about the English community, what we've done for them, you know, about the housing, because I don't want to bore you with that. The housing management, the resources, the RBT, the millions I've managed to save collectively for the people of Rotherham. Alhamdulillah. Because last year I saved £2 million a year. £2 million a year by bringing the housing management back into Rotherham. Probably doesn't mean a great deal to you, because obviously, alhamdulillah, most of you live in your own houses. You're not council tenants. But that was saving us £2 million a year by bringing it back. This year, I have moved to that, because I'm a deputy leader, RBT. This was the service that used to do the housing benefits and the council tax. I've actually brought that back in-house, and we're going to save another £2.6 million because of bringing that back in again as well. And that's under my remit as well. But I think the most fundamental thing for our community is to think, well, what does happen for us? One was the planning permission that we got for Ridge Road Mosque. Absolutely, if me and Councillor Ali had to be on the planning board, that wouldn't have happened. Absolutely. I think that's been a great innovation for the people of Rotherham. And also the facilities down at the Headingthorpe crematorium for the burials. We have a fantastic service there now. You have a look at our cemetery. MashaAllah, it's probably one of the best in the country. No doubt. Alhamdulillah, you have a look at how clean it is. There used to be, you know, with the people who used to walk their dogs. I stopped that last year. I said the dogs must be on lead, and if there's any fouling, there's going to be £80 fine for the owners of the dogs. So they must all be coming. Alhamdulillah, it's because we are in these positions that we can make small changes that have a huge impact on our society. Being able to facilitate some issues with my brothers in the taxi trade very recently, because that's not part of my job. As a councillor, that's not part of my job, but I feel it's my duty to make sure that I can help and facilitate my friends and my brothers in the trade. Another thing that I'm very proud of, I'm trying to think of many of you from our mosque. No, there's none of you from my mosque. They're all from, let me tell you, and because Qari Brad Sahab mentioned about the mosques. Alhamdulillah, Rotherham College Road Mosque has an election every year. They have an AGM every year. Since 2 years ago, when the previous chairman, who happened to be my uncle, Haji Sundal Sahab, mashallah, did a fantastic job for a number of years. But when he, because of ill health, wanted to pass the baton on, I took the opportunity to set up a proper constituted committee. I helped set up a constitution for them. Now, within that constitution, I made sure that every member of the committee must speak and be able to write in English. Apart from one person. One person we thought, somebody, a buzrug, we could have one elderly person who didn't have to do that. You know, just keep some faith with the old as well. Now, so we have a committee here in College Road. I'm not part of the committee, by the way. That was another bit of advice Lord Ahmed told me. He said, never go on the mosque committee. So I'm not on the committee, but alhamdulillah, I support it fully.